him, but certainly from the beginning, I'm pretty sure that his connection with Bluegrass was more or less through me at the beginning. And
Can I ask? Can I ask how you even knew about him, Dennis?
well, I just, I was looking at record labels because I thought I didn't know anything about the record business, and I thought, well, let's pick a record label, and Boot seemed like a good one. I mean, Tom was obviously well known, and Leona Boyd was on the label. So I just kind of threw a flyer out there and gave it a shot, you know. And Jury was very receptive. Uh, he was always very good to me. We had many, many meetings over the 3 or 4 years that, maybe 6 years, I don't remember, that we were affiliated with Boot. So yeah, he was always really good to me.
I'm curious as to how Yuri ran a meeting. Can you sort of take me through one of these?
Well, now this was quite a few years ago, and I'm a little older than I was then, Duncan. I don't know. I may look the same, but anyway, uh, they were all pretty direct. I mean, we went out for dinner several times, and he was always very cordial and very nice. So it was all real good. I had no complaints, but the meetings were not long drawn out things. It was like, what do you want to do? Uh, how are things going?
Okay, so on a scale of, I hate to do this, but just sort of, I'm just trying to get a sense as to how valuable the Boot Record relationship was with you. I'm trying to get a sense as to where Boot Records was in the big scheme of things, not just for you, but I've spoken to Leona about this. So I know that, it's a significant, it was a significant, certainly for us, Whiskey Jack only released one album with Boot, but that was the only album that had any national distribution at all. So you appreciate the value of that. Can you give me a sense as to what portion of the sales might have been attributed to Boot and what percentage were just you walking down through the crowd like Bert used to do with an album under your arm?
Yeah, that's really hard to give you a percentage on that. It I would say that we probably sold as many through Boot as what we sold off the stage, for sure. But the more important thing, which we talked about, just touched on a little bit earlier, was the distribution. I mean, we would never have sold albums, on the West Coast of Canada, or who knows, maybe the Flyers would not, after I left, they played Bean Blossom. Maybe they wouldn't have played Bean Blossom unless someone had, A, seen the band live, and B, seen that, they have some record distribution out there. So that's the thing with independent recording today. I know things have totally changed because of Spotify and, the cloud and all the rest of it. But distribution back then was really critical for people to have access to your music that were not from your area. Now, of course, you can get on the internet and hear that stuff. But it wasn't just the distribution. It was somewhere in the background there was some kind of promotion going on. We had the Sam the Record Man stores and all that stuff back then. And I don't doubt that at some point, Yuri, I'm not sure how he distributed those albums, but at some point he probably said, well, take Tom's album, but take this Bluegrass band's album too, that type of thing. I'm sure that some of that went on, which was great for us. To put it on a scale of 1 to 10, Duncan, I think in terms of recognition and whatever you want to call it, the Boot relationship probably boosted us from a 4 to at least an 8 or a 9. It really helped us big time, both with Station Road and with the Dixie Flyers, and I'm sure with yourselves and other bands as well. That Whiskey Jack band got to be really well known, and you guys promote yourselves well. But also that relationship, I think, was really good for any of the bands.